Have you ever thought about how much water you use in a day? From showering to washing dishes and clothes, to watering the lawn, or simply filling a glass of tap water, we use a lot of H2O. According to the Value of Water Coalition, the average American uses 176 gallons of water each day. That's a whopping 64,240 gallons per year. Despite how often we turn on the tap, we don't often think about where our water comes from or how it's delivered to homes, schools, and businesses. The Western Area Water Supply Authority, or WAWSA, serves 70,000 people in Burke, Divide, Montreal, McKenzie, and Williams counties in northwestern North Dakota. In the summer of 2015, the Williston Regional Water Treatment Plant's capacity was increased to 21 million gallons per day. The increased capacity will allow WAWSA to serve an estimated 20,000 additional people in the future. WAWSA's service area is 6,800 square miles, extending from the Canadian border to the Little Missouri River, and from the Montana border to areas east of Stanley. The City of Williston, Burke Divide Williams Rural Distribution System, McKenzie County Water Resources District, R&T Water Supply Commerce Authority, and Williams Rural Water District all receive drinking water from WAWSA. These WAWSA member entities provide water to over 3,000 rural residents, as well as residents and businesses in Williston, Watford City, Ray, Tioga, Stanley, Wild Rose, Crosby, Fortuna, Noonan, Columbus, and Ross. The R&T Water Treatment Plant provides a supplementary source of drinking water to the WAWS system. However, most of the water distributed by WAWSA is treated at the Williston Regional Water Treatment Plant. Let's find out where the majority of our drinking water comes from and follow it from its source through the Williston Regional Water Treatment Plant to the faucet. The Missouri River in Williston is the primary source of WAWSA's drinking water. When you look at the Missouri River next to the water treatment plant, you may notice a couple of concrete platforms sticking out of the water. These are the top of the intake structures, where water begins its journey into the plant. Several feet below the water's surface, water flows through trash racks and into pipes. The trash racks keep large debris such as floating tree branches out of the pipelines. After the water enters the pipelines under the river, it moves into the nearby raw water pump station. At the pump station, the water flows into what is called a wet well and through a bar screen to remove smaller debris that has made its way through the pipelines. Next, the water gets a boost of pressure from large pumps, so it can travel uphill through two 24-inch pipelines where powder-activated carbon is added. Powder-activated carbon improves the flavor and smell of our water by absorbing taste and odor-causing compounds, particularly in the summertime when the water from the Missouri River can naturally develop a fishy or musty odor. The water is ushered into a larger 42-inch pipeline that leads into the Williston Regional Water Treatment Plant. When the water arrives in the plant, the ActiFlow treatment process begins. ActiFlow removes sand, silt, and other particulates that you wouldn't want to find in your glass of water. The process uses sand and chemicals to make the particles stick together and sink to the bottom of the basin to be removed. After the pre-treatment process where the larger particles have been removed, hardness caused by naturally occurring minerals such as calcium and magnesium is removed. Over time, hard water can reduce the lifespan of appliances, cause buildup on pipes, and even makes it harder for soap to lather. Lime softening is a process that uses calcium hydroxide to soften the water. Softened water is easier on appliances and allows us to use less soap. After lime softening, the water's acidity level, or pH, is adjusted through recarbonation. The recarbonation basins at the Williston Regional Water Treatment Plant add carbon dioxide to decrease the water's pH. High pH can cause skin and eye irritation. Next, tiny particles are removed from the water through a series of sand and anthracite filters that catch very, very small pieces of debris. Last, but certainly not least, WAWSA drinking water is disinfected with chlorine and ultraviolet light to kill germs and other microorganisms such as Cryptosporidium, Giardia, and viruses to ensure it's safe to drink. The UV treatment process is quite high-tech and is the only one of its kind in the state of North Dakota. In all, Our drinking water spends about 3.5 hours at the Williston Regional Water Treatment Plant before it begins its journey to our faucets. Did you know WAWSA water is distributed through a network of over 2,000 miles of transmission and rural distribution lines to be delivered to homes and businesses in 11 cities and rural residents? That's a long trip. Before the water arrives at its final destination, it's pumped to strategically located reservoirs throughout the WAWSA service area where the water is stored. These reservoirs ensure that WAW's service area has enough water on hand to meet the daily needs of thousands of customers. The storage facilities also ensure there's enough water to be used during an emergency, such as a large fire that would take a great deal of water to fight. This is one of the reservoirs located in the city of Williston. It can store up to 5 million gallons of water. But the water still needs to make it to its final destination. Additional pump stations move the water stored in reservoirs through miles and miles of pipeline to your faucet. That's quite a journey. The next time you turn on the tap, take a moment to think about the amazing trip your drinking water took before it arrived in your faucet. The Western Area Water Supply Authority thanks you for allowing us to serve you. We are proud to be your water provider. Western Area Water Supply Authority. Safe, abundant, reliable.